It's only take a moment, a single act of kindness to change a life forever. Just ask the ant in the door. On a blazing summer afternoon, the sun hung mercilessly in the sky, its rays scorching the earth below. The air shimmered with heat and the parched ground cracked beneath the weight of the day. An ant, small and weary, scurried across the dusty path, her tiny eggs itching, her throat dry from thirst. Each step seemed heavier than the last, yet she pressed on, desperate to find even the smallest drop of water to quench her thirst. At last the ant spotted a glimmer in the distance, a small, clear spring nestled among the grass. Hope surged through her tiny heart, and she hurried toward it, her legs trembling with excitation. But there was a challenge. The spring was at the top of a small hill, and to reach it, she would need to climb a slender blade of grass swaying gently in the breeze. Determined, the ant began her climb. The blade of grass trembled under her weight, and each step upward seemed to test her limits. As she reached halfway, a sudden gust of wind swirled around her. The blade bent and shook. The ant lost her footing, her tiny legs slipping against smooth surface, and she tumbled down right into the cool water below. The water was deeper than she had expected. Panic surged through her as she flailed her legs, struggling to stay afloat. The current tugged at her, pulling her further away from the edge. Gasping for air, she felt the cool water seep into her body. Draining her strength, she was drawing her vision blurring when above her she saw a flutter of wings. High in the branches of a nearby tree, a doe had been watching the scene unfold. The doe, with her soft white feathers and gentle eyes, had seen the ant struggle. Her heart swelled with compassion. Without a moment's hesitation, the doe plucked a broad leaf from the tree with her beak and released it into the air, letting it drip down gently toward the ant. The leaf floated gracefully, its edges curling slightly as it touched the water near the struggling ant. Summoning her last bit of energy, the ant paddled desperately toward the leaf. Her legs trembled with excitation, but she reached the leaf, clinging to it with all her might. Slowly the leaf moved toward the shore, guided by the gentle ripples of the water. The ant felt the ground beneath her feet at least. She crawled onto dry land, gasping and trembling, grateful to be alive. Looking up, she saw the doe still perched in the tree, watching over her. A wave of gratitude filled the ant's heart. She knew she owed the doe her life. Just then a sharp rustling in the bushes caught the ant's attention. She turned to see a hunter, his eyes fixed on the doe, his fingers tightening around a net. He crept silently, inching closer, ready to capture the doe in one swift throw. The ant heart raced. She couldn't let this happen. The doe saved her. Now it was her turn to help. Without a second thought, she scurried as fast as her tiny legs could carry her toward the hunter. Just as he raised his arm to cast the net, the ant sank her sharp little jaws into the back of his head. Ouch! The hunter yelped, stumbling backward in surprise. The sudden pain made him drop the net. The noise startled the dove, who flapped her wings in alarm and soared into the sky, her feathers catching the golden sunlight as she escaped into the trees. The ant watched as the dove disappeared into the distance, her heart swelling with joy and relief. She had saved her friend just as the dove had saved her. As the hunter grumbled and rubbed his heel, the ant scurried back into the grass, her heart light and her spirit full. From that day, the ant remembered the kindness of the dove, and the dove never forgot the ant's bravery. And so their story became a quiet reminder in the woods that one good turn begets another, and that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted.